King Arthur, Legend of the Sword is directed by Guy Ritchie and stars Charlie Hunnam as young King Arthur. He was robbed of his birthright as a kid. He was picked up and raised in a brothel. He has no idea about his past until the day he pulls the sword from the stone and realizes that he is in fact destined to be king. Guy Ritchie is off and on for me. I like a lot of his earlier work, and I actually really enjoy the Sherlock Holmes movies, but I really did not like The Man from U.N.C.L.E., and sometimes his movies are style over substance, and while I'm not like the biggest critic of style over substance, sometimes his films really do come off that way, like a lot of really cool shots and cinematography, and that's about it. And I was really late seeing this movie, so I saw a lot of the critics' reviews and that they were pretty scathing, and I gotta say, after seeing it, I'm really surprised at that. This movie was quite a bit of enjoyable fun. Is it a great film? No, it has a lot of storytelling problems, but from beginning to end, I was consistently entertained, and it was a very fast-paced and enjoyable movie. Guy Ritchie infuses his typical Guy Ritchie energy into the film, especially with the way he edits conversations, along with the action sequences. He has a great way of weaving past events through present, and even looking into the future, and making them all be one scene, and have all of the dialogue feel seamless. He's excellent at that. And Charlie Hunnam was awesome as King Arthur. I mean, he got huge for this movie. If you look into the making of the production, you see that he was very adamant about getting this role, despite the other competitors who were also trying to get the role. He really, really went for it. And if you read into the backstory of how he told Guy Ritchie he will do literally anything for this role, all the way up to fighting physically Henry Cavill and Jai Courtney, that's pretty much what got him the role, according to a lot of the making of things that I've read into this film after seeing it, and I gotta respect Charlie Hunnam. Jude Law plays the current evil king of the land, and he's really relishing this role. He had a lot of fun with it, you can tell, and he was evil, but it wasn't over the top. Like, there's some sequences in this movie where he has to do some really despicable things, and his performance was really good, and it wasn't just like this hilarious B-movie bad guy where he laughs quietly in his room while he strokes a small portion of his chin. He actually did a pretty good job in the film. Daniel Pemberton's musical score was also very entertaining, very loud, a lot of drum beats, very different for this type of film, which is perfect for a Guy Ritchie movie, because when I go to one of his films, I expect a very different and off-kilter look at something that we've seen told in films before, in this case, a fantasy movie, which we've all seen tons of, and lately most of the fantasy movies have really sucked. The Great Wall was really bad, so it was fun to watch one that was completely unpretentious in every way. This movie was just fun from beginning to end. And there's nothing much else to get from it, which is probably my biggest flaw with it. From a storytelling standpoint, I didn't really care much about anything. It was just visually entertaining, and all the actors were really having a blast with their roles, and the dialogue was quick and witty. But from a storytelling standpoint, there's nothing really to grasp onto, and towards the end, it gets very CGI heavy. There are sequences that rely quite a bit on CG that do kind of take you out of the movie, although the 3D was actually surprisingly worth it. All in all, King Arthur Legend of the Sword is nowhere near as bad as critics are saying, and this is yet another movie this year where I'm just not on the same page with them. I'm gonna give King Arthur a B. So guys, sorry this review is kind of late. I didn't get a chance to see it last week or this weekend because Monday through Friday I was working on a film production crew here in Ohio. I can't really tell you what it's about yet, but when I can, I'll tell you more information. It was a lot of fun. I learned quite a bit. I met a lot of really cool people, and I can share more of that with you. But Wednesday was the hardest day because at 7 p.m. I had an Alien Covenant screening. I saw it. Then I went straight from that to the film set that I was working on, and then I worked on that all night, and then I ran home after that and reviewed Alien Covenant. So that was a long day, but I really wanted to get that review out for you guys. So yeah, sorry for the late review. I'll give you information when I can about the production that I worked on, and I hope to share that with you soon. Guys, thank you so much, as always, for watching, and if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.